Okay, just say a couple sentences just before we get going here.
I like to eat food, and I like to play water polo, and I go to Campolindo High School.
Wow, I feel like I know you.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot.
All right. So before you start, just say your name and what you're about to do, and then go ahead and pause and do it.
Okay. My okay. My name is Armand Singh Johal, and I'm going to give the graduation speech titled "What Are We Waiting For?" So, this is how it ends. Who would have thought that our last days of high school would consist of waking up at noon, resisting the urge to open up TikTok during one of Mr. Shane's pre-recorded lectures, and watching the graduation ceremony at home in our pajamas? Anyway, for those who don't know me, which I doubt because I'm pretty hard to miss, my name is Armand Singh Johal, and 4 years ago, I walked up the stairs of Campo's back entrance in my one-size-too-small polo shirt and was greeted by this really short woman who seemed to really love her golf cart, who I soon found out was the one and only Susie. I came to Campo from a tiny private school with just 40 people in my grade, and I was the only one to come here. I had no friends, knew absolutely nobody, and as the cherry on top, I had just finished dental surgery a few days earlier, so I could only eat liquid food. So, for the next few weeks, I stumbled through the hallways and ate my lukewarm chicken noodle soup and Jell-O at the empty table at the cafeteria for lunch. It was quite the feeling, going from the lively middle schooler who knew everybody to the lonely high schooler who was only starting to hate Jell-O after eating it for 23 days straight. One day, I was slurping my lunch as usual when I heard something in the distance, a shrieking, confident yell that shook the room. "Freedom!" I turned my head in confusion and was met with this almost bald man standing on one leg, right hand in salute, who was kind of looking at me, but not really, I couldn't tell for sure. Now, just imagine being a freshman who is a complete outsider just eating their lunch alone and being yelled at by this tree pose holding, right hand saluting, ultra short wearing man. It was terrifying. As I froze there, the spoon of Jell-O resting on my lip, the Freedom Man started making his way towards me. I swear this is a scene right out of a Steven Spielberg movie. But then, just as he appeared in front of me, he extended his arm and with a beaming smile said, "Hey buddy, what's your name?" In a way, that experience of mine was the spark to my high school experience, where over the last few years I've had the fortune to meet all of you. It truly amazes me how talented we are as a class. Some of you always leave me tearing up from laughter. Some of you are the smartest people I know. Some of you have unparalleled artistic creativity. Some of you amaze me with your athletic capabilities. But I can say with absolute certainty that all of you, all of us, embody the characteristics of a Campolindo Cougar. Motivated, proud, kind, and always willing to extend their hand with a smile. And a special thanks to all of you, all the students, and especially my teachers, who have helped embody this attitude and help me grow as a person. Now, there are some things that I regret during my time at Campolindo. Near the top of my list is not being able to get to know all of you. Sure, I might know your name, remember what you look like, and even wave when I see you across the hallway, but I feel like I never got to know you. I kept pushing it off to focus on other things like I can't wait for second semester senior year to begin, or second semester senior year is going to be awesome. And I'm sure that you all shared a similar mentality. But just as the second semester began, we got hit with a global pandemic and had to spend the last 10 weeks of school in quarantine. How convenient. But why did I wait? Why did we wait? Retrospectively, if there was no pandemic and school continued as usual, I'm not so sure that I would have actually developed the confidence and initiative to hang out with all of you, go to parties, and get to know you. I would have probably made up another excuse like, I can't wait to go to college, and then in college say, I can't wait to finish school. If someone can't wait to do something, perhaps they're delaying the satisfaction of the present to the prospects of the future. So, in fact, they are waiting. I am waiting. We are waiting. But for what? Given that we are graduating at a very unusual time, let's reflect. Let's reflect on the 4 years we have shared together, the laughter, the tears, and yes, even the relationships. And now let's take a step out of our world, our bubble. and observe from the outside in. 10, 20, 30 years from now, this 2020 coronavirus pandemic will be in the history books, and we will look back at this time and ask ourselves, what did I do with all that time? And what will you say? That you were waiting until things got back to normal? Or that you were bored just scrolling on your phone, the same phone that has 100,000 times the processing power as the computer that got us to the moon? Now is the time, more than ever, that we should stop waiting. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do or have been putting off, now is the time to do it. Let's do something, both as individuals and as a generation, both small and big, to improve our world and solve its problems. There's currently so much going on in the world right now, from the coronavirus to the continuation of climate change and so much more. However, I am confident that this graduating class and that our generation will be able to tackle these problems head on and mask on. So, I guess, this is not how our journey ends. In fact, this is how it begins. Thank you.
Woo! One take wonder over here.